Tabletop Brothers.
Hey everybody, it's Troy here from Tabletop Brothers. I just wanted to bring you a little mini tutorial on basing your gaming miniatures on fender washers. Now, of course, the first question that would come up is why base your miniatures on fender washers as opposed to your regular style GW bases? And the answer is for a couple of reasons. One, as you can see here, I have two figures. One is based on a fender washer, and the other is just sitting on top of a regular GW slotta base. Now, as you can see right away, the miniature on top of the GW base sits obviously a lot higher off the table than this miniature over here. Some people like that, some people don't. So if you're looking for an option to get your miniature down closer to the table, to have a lower profile to the game table, especially when it comes to cover, standing behind fences, barrels, that sort of thing, to give a little more of a realistic feel, GW bases are fine, but some guys really prefer fender washers in this particular case. And so that's the main reason why you would want to put your miniatures on fender washers as opposed to GW bases, in order to get your miniature much closer down to the game action. The second reason is obviously fender washers are metallic in nature, and if you're the kind of person that's into magnetizing your movement trays, this is going to save you an awful lot of hassle. You don't have to bother with going with rare earth magnets on all your GW bases. All you got to do is to use that craft magnetic strip tape, and you're good to go. Now, the next question is what kind of fender washers do I use? This is the kind that I found here. As you can see, it's 5/16 fender washers. That refers to the hole size on the box, and there's 50 washers in a box. These things are dirt cheap, and so that's another reason why you might want to go with fender washers as opposed to slotta bases. Now, when it comes to doing this, obviously sometimes the hole is going to be an issue when it comes to basing your miniatures, especially in the case of a miniature like this that has a very small base. When you go to glue that on the fender washer, there's not an awful lot of gluing surface because of the hole. So how do you get around that? You get around that by doing like I did here. You just take a piece of, I'll just lay him down. You just take a piece of thin cardboard, cereal box top, something like that, glue that on, and then you can go ahead and glue your miniature to your base, and that solves the whole problem. This is particularly true when it comes to larger bases. As you can see, here I have my machine gun crew that I'm basing, and the hole would have been an issue on this particular base because of the two-man crew, but by simply taking a little piece of cereal top, gluing it onto the hole, it solves that problem, and I have a nice cheap base ready to roll for my gaming table. Now, what are the steps involved in basing your miniature on a fender washer? Obviously, you're going to need a fender washer. All I simply do is just take them outside, line them all up, prime one side. You don't have to. It just makes it a little nicer. That way it's black all around. I prefer to prime in black. You can prime however you like, and in whatever color you like. As you can see here, I've already gone ahead and based the bottom. This is just simply a matter of, after you glue your miniature onto the fender washer, you just take some white glue, go along to the bottom, and then put them into your favorite basing material, and let that dry, and then send them to the priming bin, just like I've done for this guy here. But because I'm getting a little old, I can't really see the detail that well on a black prime miniature, and so I usually give these guys a really heavy white dry brushing after that. It really helps to pick out the details and make my painting life a whole lot easier, and it kind of pre-shades it as well, giving me some variation on my base coat. There you have it, a quick little tutorial on how you can go ahead and base your miniatures on fender washers. Hope that helps. Talk to you soon.